live on a sunny and beautiful Sunday afternoon. A Sunday afternoon where we all would be better off watching or doing anything rather than watching the shit football teams that play in the state of Ohio. Yes, I won't scream and yell about the Bengals and their shit because you don't give a rat's ass, but they suck too. But we got to talk about the kings of sucking, and that's the Cleveland Browns. 32-13, they get pulverized by the Patriots after this is Kevin Stefanski's MO. What is it? I'll talk about it in a second. First, let me remind you that if you're thinking about making any bets, do it right here with Bet Rivers, the sponsor of the podcast, of course. We've got Bet Rivers football squares and players who place a qualifying same-game parlay of at least $10 on eligible NFL or NCAA football games will receive one standard entry into the weekly squares game. Winning standard squares will be awarded a prize of a $20 bonus bet. See the app and website for more details. The Browns lose again in embarrassing fashion. They are absolutely boat raced. And you know what? But before I go off and start ripping everything, let's start with the positives, right? Should we start with the positives? Because there was two. I got two positives from this game. Positive number one, Myles Garrett, a man amongst boys, single-handedly kept the Browns in this game for a while into the mid-late third quarter with a Browns record 5 sacks. Only the 20th player in the history of the NFL to have 5 or more sacks in a game. And, of course, the first Browns player. That was great. He was amazing. He was all over the place. And the only other positive, the second biggest positive in this game, what a great onside kick by the kicker, Andre Schmidt. Yes, he did not make his field goal, but it was an excellent onside kick, and the Browns recovered their first onside kick in 9 years. The rest of this team, however, once again played like absolute dog shit. I mean, can't be any worse. Kevin Stefanski, his tenure that he is famous for during his time here in now his 6th season as the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, once again fails to win back-to-back games, and the Browns have not won they have not followed up a win with a win since week 17 of the 2023 season. The Browns have played, including the playoffs, 27 games, I believe, if my math is correct. Let's see, 17, 25, 26. Yes, the Browns have played 27 games without following up a win with a win. This is the guy I have to defend? No! Kevin Stefanski's offense on the first drive of the game is excellent. The Browns are a good offensive team almost the entire time Kevin Stefanski's been here on the first drive. The Browns are an A team on offense on the first drive in Kevin Stefanski history. Unfortunately, after that, the Browns are a Z. They're not even an F. It's an insult to an F to call the Browns offense an F after the first drive of the game. And once again, that happened today. The offense was completely inept. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball. They don't have a quarterback. I'll put the qualifier that it's only 4 games. Dillon Gabriel was hideous. He, as we've seen a couple of times, played well on the first drive, looked pretty good. The rest of the game, he was absolute trash. And by the way, he had plenty of time to throw. I don't want to hear about the offensive line. He had plenty of time to throw for the most part, and he stunk. That first interception was terrible. The second interception was worse. He stinks. Not a surprise. The Browns have no clue what they're doing. The fact that they drafted this guy in the 3rd round is insane. I'd play Shedeur Sanders next week. And I'll be totally honest, I don't have high expectations because the team around him stinks, and that factors into Dillon Gabriel stinking. But independently, Dylan Gabriel was just awful. That second interception he threw, he looked like me playing in the schoolyard when I was 18 years old. I'm a lefty. I'm short. And I would play quarterback sometimes, and I just heave it up there. Just throw it up. Hope an athletic kid down the field can make a play. That's what Dylan Gabriel did. That was a travesty. I mean, what an absolute embarrassment. Nobody on offense deserves any credit. They all sucked. Judkins got hurt. He had nothing doing in this game even before he got hurt. Their biggest play was a 31-yard run by Malachi Corley. They had, 4 plays over 11 yards in this game? Absolutely hideous. Dylan Gabriel's final numbers are worse than they even look. I don't give a rat's ass about that touchdown they scored in the fourth quarter. It's completely meaningless unless you have David Njoku on your fantasy team. He's been a no-show. He hasn't done anything. This team is just trash. I don't want to hear about the defense. The defense played well in the first half. They stunk in the second half. They were terrible. The whole team was absolute ass outside of Myles Garrett. Nobody really stood out. Nobody. Who else played well in this game? Who else stood out in this game? Schlesinger got hurt. Judkins got hurt. I mean, Harold Fannin had a perfectly fine game. So you want to say he played all right of all the rookies. The rest of the rookies got 2 of the other 3 guys got hurt. Dylan Gabriel was just an absolute travesty. I'm not sure if Mason Graham played in the game. We'll have to find out when I look at the snaps. I don't know if he played or not. But, listen, I mean, that was a great pick in the top 10. I shouldn't kill him. It's not his fault. It's not fair. Maybe he, did his fire hydrant duty in the middle. I have no idea. But the team's an abomination. Everybody should be fired. This is obvious. This is silly. You're probably gonna draft a quarterback next year. There's no way you can allow Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski to make that decision. Dylan Gabriel, I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, along with a lot of pizzas. God, I'm going batty. Now, I've been wrong before, but I got more wins than losses here. Dylan Gabriel is not an NFL quarterback. I think most people know that. I thought it was funny, Mark Schlereth getting all excited because he got out of the pocket and made a throw, like his only good throw after the first drive. I mean, what else can you say? This team's an absolute joke. The fans continue to get sand kicked in their face. I don't know. I thought that I said the game would be a blowout. I can't remember what my prediction was. Let's see. What did I predict for this game? I can't remember my exact score. Maybe I got it exactly right. I can't remember because I'm like half brain dead here. But I'm going to search it. We'll figure it out if you care. Okay, my prediction on the game was 27-10 Patriots. I was pretty close. I had 37 points being scored. They were 45. I mean, I wasn't off by much. I thought the Browns would lose by 17. They lost by 19. They were down by, it would have been 17 if it weren't for that safety. And what the fuck is Dylan Gabriel doing there? What is he doing? I know the game's over, but he just, have a clue. You're supposed to be this genius quarterback. Everybody's genius credentials. How am I supposed to believe? I keep hearing, I've heard from a lot of people. And you folks know, I'm not one of the Shador lunatics. I'm sick of the whole bullshit narrative. I'm sick of everybody saying, hey, they're sabotaging him, they're doing this, that. They're just inept. And that doesn't mean Shador's any good. I don't know. We'll find out when he gets a chance, if he gets a chance. But I keep hearing from people that the Browns say he's not ready. How do the Browns know? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They have no freaking clue. Top to bottom, the owners are dope, the GMs are dope, the coaches are dope, the son-in-laws are dope. Everybody, they're not actually dope. Well, the son-in-law and the owner are. But listen, they're a dope in a football sense. Nobody has any clue in this organization what they are doing. It is a losing organization, top to bottom. They have to clean house again. You have to hope that you get lucky, that Jimmy hires the right guy, and that guy can somehow get Jimmy to stay out of the way. Because as long as he and the brother-in-law and the son-in-law have their sticky fingers in a way, I don't know how this team could ever turn it around. There's little talent. There's no coaching. They have no clue what they're doing, and yet they think they're smart. This is an organization that thinks they're smart. I despise everything about it. I hate what they've done to the fans. I hate what they've done to the fan base. It's disgusting. They are gross. Nauseating. And stop, folks, if you send me a chat message that refers to Dylan Gabriel as DG, I will not read it. I am skipping your chat message. I'm sorry. I'm skipping it because he sucks. He is undeserving of a nickname. He's undeserving. He cannot play. He cannot play. Okay? It's a total joke. And all the things that like us in the media, we know some things that we can't even share it. I shouldn't even have said that, but it's just, there's so much more to it. What a Mickey Mouse clubhouse this friggin' place is. D. Podesta, thank you. He's a dope too. I got my man Darren Smith from Kansas City saying, hey guys, I'm watching the game. What are you, crazy? They should make prisoners of war to torture them and to get the real story out of it. I don't believe in torture. I think it's awful, but I'm on a roll right now. You should force them to watch Browns games. They are so painful to watch. They almost never look like an NFL team. They looked like an NFL team for 1 week last week. One. That's what they do most years. They look like an NFL team a couple of times. And we're all addicted. We're addicted to football. We're addicted to fantasy football. We're addicted to the brown and orange. We're addicted to all of it. And the evil owner knows that. And so we're stuck. We're stuck. You can't switch teams. I'm switching teams. I'm rooting for the Buccaneers or the Fuccaneers or the Schmuccaneers. You can't root for another team. It's in your blood. Hold on. All right. I'm going to read some comments so you can calm down for a minute. Let's see. Rabbit Jabba Jabbala. Owner just cares about the stupid new stadium. Big Dave Lee. Schmuccaneers is crazy. I'm not reading it. If you fucking send me a DG, I'm not reading it. I know it's to shorten the message, but it's unacceptable. I will not give him a nickname. Eric says, another Brown season of watching Myles Garrett try to get sacks and to see how great of a punt Corey can be. Myles Garrett, I give him credit, man. And listen, he could have gotten out of here. He would have gotten the money other places. I don't feel sorry for him that way. But I love the fact that he was pissed off after the game. He set an NFL record. He set an NFL record today and a Browns record today, and he didn't give a rat's ass. He's sick of this shit. He don't want to lose. Now, he signed up for it. He knew what he was getting into. But at least he wasn't, on the field smiling like we see David Njoku every 8 seconds. Let's see. Kyla spearfishing. Gabriel is Kessler. Poor Cody Kessler. They killed that guy. Charles Morris, 5 sacks and still got killed. Well, who killed Myles Garrett? I'm not killing Myles Garrett. I like what he did. Antonio McDonald Shakur should have 7 picks. Yeah. I mean, how embarrassing on that broadcast to put up that graphic about the 100 passing attempts and the no interceptions. Give me a break. Schlereth is good, but man, Schlereth talking about the offensive line as if they're good. And you know what? For this day, they weren't that bad, at least in the passing game. Dylan Gabriel had time to throw. Walker B. I moved to South Carolina, and the Clowns games aren't televised here. Best thing ever. Y-Town, Garrett should have left for his sake. He should have. Absolutely. Big Dave Lee. No other team in the league does the level of stupid things we do regularly. That's why we want Kevin fired. How about what was the end of the third quarter? Yeah, end of the third quarter. There's 2 seconds left after I think it was an incomplete pass. The Browns have the ball. And they have to call a timeout because the play clock's running. Like, get a fucking clue. Kevin, get your head out of your ass. Stop spending so much time making your beard look pretty and fix this fucking team. I apologize if you kids are listening and I'm cursing so much, but you know what? Let's face it. Is a kid going to be injured by hearing me say the F word? No. Is it really that big freaking deal? I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. I mean, how you calling timeout in that situation? All right. I did not get enough water today. I got not enough water. Yeah. I'm going to run out. My throat's getting dry. Pause. Travis Burns, another week of just unbelievably agonizing football. It's getting harder and harder to keep tuning into this bullshit. Michelle Carter, the owner must like losing money. Pink slip should happen Monday. Ready, set, soul fry TV. Watching this game could be considered more profanity than to a kid. It's true. Doug, fire Stefanski. Robert Mahoney, another Sunday, and the Browns gave diarrhea yet again. Trouble be told. Stefanski needs to be fired. Antonio McDonald Shakur. Nah, we can curse because we cursed. Ready, set, TV. Defense has a beyond perfect game. Defense wasn't. What are you talking about? The defense didn't play that well. I'm not giving the defense a pass on this one. Defense did not play very well in this game. I'm sorry. They did a good job holding the field goals in the first half, but they got blown away in the third quarter. Travion Henderson was killing them. They had over 5 yards of carry on the ground. They had over 12 yards per pass attempt. Drake May got off to a slow start, and he completed 75% of his passes, had 282 yards on just 24 passes, 3 touchdowns. Obviously, the offense is more to blame, but don't tell me about a great Browns defense. You gave up 32 points. Stephon Diggs only had 14 yards. He's their best player. Trayvon Henderson had done nothing. He killed the Browns today. Drake May had 332 yards rushing, passing combined. Mac Hollins. Kayshawn, don't touch my booty. DeMario Douglas. Austin fucking Hooper. Austin Hooper had 38 yards in this game. Don't tell me the defense played well. They didn't. Antonio McDonald Shakur. Defense was a C+ at best. At best. Brendan McCafferty. I appreciate you ranting. It's how all of us feel. I'm with you guys, man. This is bullshit that you got to put up with this. Truth be told, I'm with you, Bull. Dan, can't wait till Steelers play the Browns in Cleveland. Doug, was Ward playing today? Yeah, I don't remember hearing Denzel Ward's name in this game. Yeah, he had 5 tackles. No passes defended. I don't really remember his name coming up for whatever it was worth. Defense tired, big bro, they exhausted. You know what? I don't want to hear that in this game. They shouldn't have been that exhausted. They shouldn't have been that exhausted in the first half, in the third quarter, for them to fall apart like that. Come on. Browns culture, Midnight Rider. The Browns culture will never change as long as the Haslams and the Podesta are in the picture. Look at how the Patriots changed their culture. Quickly. Bobby Woods, what a bad team. I thought they would get better. Yeah, they didn't. It's kind of funny. After the Browns had the ball, I think after the interception maybe, I can't remember what it was, somewhat early in the game, second quarter, and I texted our UCSS chat group, and I'm like, hey, the Browns are playing a pretty good game right now. And from that moment on, they were total shit. From the moment I texted that, the Browns did really nothing positive the rest of the day. Dave Dial, you can just tell. It's so obvious. The Browns just don't have enough good players. Some positions are just undrafted free agents. It's so obvious. Starter, I'm a 62-year-old fan, and I can't watch this piece of shit offense. Clean house. I can't watch it. Clean house, but Schwartz. Michelle Carter, does Sanders get his chance now? You know, first of all, we got to see what his status is. He ended up getting scratched. Wasn't active for today's game. He was on the sideline. Good job at him. For the record, by the way, I brought up, hey, how come Shador's not sitting next to Dylan Gabriel? Bailey Zappi was not sitting next to Gabriel either. So I already thought that was out the window, and there you go. I just wanted to confirm that. If Shador Sanders were healthy, I would play him this week. I'd get him, or in 2 weeks against the Jets. Jets I'll give them credit, man. Jets got their first win. I thought the Bengals Bengals were up 15 late in the third quarter. They had the game completely in hand, and the Jets came back. Nice job. Big Greg. Dylan Gabriel and Cody Kessler are the same player. Weak arm bums. Can't disagree. D. Kirk, Browns road defense is shit. Doug, our quarterback is 5 feet tall. Millhood, defense ain't playing if offense ain't scoring. Let's see. Wow, they're coming fast and furious. Buckeye, here we go. Buckeye 8489. Plus, we went from the best radio play-by-play man to the worst. See, this is where I get myself in trouble. Because people say things like this, and most people in this business will just say, come on, he's fine, blah, blah, blah. Can I just say no comment? Can I just no comment that? Oh, why do I always do this to myself? I can't help it. I don't know that he's the worst. I'm not a huge fan. I'll just say that. That's true. That's true. Oh, boy. Big Dave Lee, we always get out schemed. When's the last time Kevin's scheme and game plan was the deciding factor for a win? Because I can pick out a lot of losses in it on his head. Aaron Stanley, who is Dom Jones? Who the hell cares who Dom Jones is? I mean, just another scrub that's going to get cut. Not nice. That's a terrible thing to say, but I'm angry right now. Robert Mahoney, when does figure skating start? They work harder. J-Mac, Shador time. I would make it Shador time. They're not going to, I don't think. And Kevin Stefanski's going to give us the same stupid bullshit answers. And oh, God. He's going to give the same answers, and he's probably not going to be pushed on it. And Millhood, 4th and 15, they thought Dylan was going to throw more than a 7-yard pass. Ha ha. Let's see. Dave Dial, what would the score have been if Shador Sanders had a full week of practice and started? Who knows? Would it have been any worse? Probably couldn't have been. Mr. Zeep, we should have hired Vrabel when we had him last year. He wasn't going to take the job. Why would you take the job if you're Mike Vrabel? Why would you? If you're a coach with options, the Browns don't get coaches with options. Why on earth would Mike Vrabel have taken this shit show of a job? Not going to do that to himself. Let's see. Dean P. After the first drive, I said to myself, okay, now let's see the real offense. And we did. McGoggle, it's time to clean house right now. No questions asked. Child of the 70s, one thing Dylan has going for him is a hot fiancé. He does? Does he have a hot fiancé? I got to look it up. Gabriel fiancé. I'm sure he would have her if he was not a professional football player. I shouldn't say shit like that. Why am I doing that? I don't even know. I can't tell. She's a beautiful lady. It's a little creepy to be looking it up now that I'm thinking about it. Dylan sucks ass, bottom line. So mean. Poor guy. Poor guy. Probably some of his family's listening. I love Hawaii. I got no beef with Dylan personally. I'm sure his fiance is nice. I shouldn't have said he wouldn't have her if it wasn't for being a football player. Maybe they've been together since they were kids. It's mean. I'm sorry. It's terrible. Killing myself today. Big Dave Lively. If Shador plays well, is that good or bad for Kevin? I mean, come on. It's good. Apparently, Stefanski just said Dylan's still the starting quarterback. We knew that. Carl says, best quarterback since 99, Kelly Holcomb and Baker. Yeah, well, it's Baker, no doubt. Unbelievable. Stefanski postgame interview, we got to get better, always. Old Buzzard Production, the real question should be, how did Paul DePodesta let Stefanski draft Dylan? How did analytics get it wrong? Doug says, Adam Little rocks. No mitt slider. The Jets won today. Yes, they did. It's like watching a high school football game. Brandon McCafferty, Judy had a nice game. Oh, my God, yeah. Lisa says, Dylan is trash. Can't see over the line. Antonio McDonald Shakur, it's starting to seem like they just don't like Sanders as a person. I don't think it has anything to do with that. Doug says Gabriel should get back to flag football. Brandon says Judy should be on a milk carton. Dr. Dream, Super Brown, Super Bowl. What else we got? Watching, let's see. Dylan can't read. Dylan can't throw downfield. He certainly can't throw down the field, Aaron. Diversity is evil. Divinity evil. It's time for Shador. Not sure he could do better with this trash offensive line. Midnight Rider, Browns win the toilet bowl. Let's see. Big Dave Lee, poor guy. No, this is the pros. It's Cleveland. You better come correct. Why do I keep losing my place here? Sanders went from dancing Friday practice to hurt. That's crazy, says Ariza. Black Star Media, Kevin's time is up. No playoffs. Yolanda says, no one wants to address the elephant in the stadium. If it was Sanders playing trash, he would have been bench. I don't believe that. You got black and white TV if you keep on talking about the receivers. Receivers need somebody who can throw the ball. The receivers suck and the quarterback sucks. Doesn't have to be one or the other. Ohio State would not beat the Browns as bad as the Browns are. Browns will somehow lose the bye week. Okay. That's going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Please, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. I am 42 subscribers away from 10,000. Only 4.2% of all YouTube channels, of the millions of YouTube channels, only 4.2% have 10,000 subscribers or more. Please help me get to, my goal was to get to 10,000 by this coming Friday, which is the end of the month, which is Halloween. So help me get those last 42 at least to get over the top. I would appreciate it. Thank you, Walker B, for subscribing. No, James, Stefanski has never picked the right quarterback. No. All right. I love you all. Doug, I'd be a better coach than Stefanski. Probably not, but I'd like to believe that. I'd be a better GM. Thank you, Truth Be Told, for enjoying the show. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Local Tough, for subscribing. Thank you, Doug, for only listening here. I will be back in the bullpen live Tuesday and Thursday with Dustin at 9 a.m. We'll have Zach Jackson on later in the week. It is the bye week. And that's it for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if you can. I love you all. Thanks to Kyle and Max for producing. I'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Adam the Bull. See ya. Love you. Bye, everybody.